Hey guys, who's here? Let me know. Starting at 11:10. Sorry guys. We'll do about 20 minutes since it doesn't seem to be that many people exactly at 11 o'clock. And also, I just need time to get myself settled from the other class. So, yeah, so I'm here. Let's continue these questions. I know this was part of the sheet that I did assign to you guys last week. So, let me know if you guys have any questions on this. This references a unit circle once again. Unit circle is our friend. Let's get to learn to love it and know it. All right, so let's go back to question one in this question 15 actually. It says in the diagram below of a unit circle, the ordered pair negative radical 2 over 2, negative radical 2 over 2 represents the point where the terminal side of theta intersects the unit circle. Okay. They want to know what's the measurement of angle theta. They want to know what's the total. No, that's an easy one. Reference a unit circle. Well, let's go back again once more. Let's double check what the question was. They say, okay, negative radical 2 over 2, negative radical 2 over 2. Okay, so we're going to look back over here at the unit circle. Negative radical 2. Okay, so that's an easy 225 degrees. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just trying to circle it with my mouse. Right, so the answer being 225. All right, so let's go back to fluid math. We're right here, 225. Okay. Any questions yet? The two people who are here. It says in the accompanying diagram, P 0.6, negative 0.6, and negative 0.8 is on unit circle 0. What is the measure of angle theta to the nearest degree? So we have that. That we could again solve using what's the measurement of angle to the nearest degree? That again we can solve by using a unit circle, right? And see which one equals those coordinates. You have 0.6 and 0.8, negative 0.6 and negative 0.8, right? So, well, if we look at this right here, we have 1 over 2. That's going to give us 0.5. That's what they want us to give us the nearest degree. That's going to give us 0.5, and radical 3 over 2 is going to give us, let's see, radical 3 over 2. I'm just putting it in my calculator right here, guys. Radical 3 divided by radical 3 divided by, let's see, radical 3 divided by 2.866, right? So so that's 0.8, that's 0.5 and essentially 9. So in our coordinate, and that gave us 240 degrees. So in our question is 0.6 and 0.8, which is slightly greater than all right, so we're looking at a degree measure slightly less than 240 degrees. So I'm gonna have to go with 233 for this one. Because I'm slightly further out from my x-axis, which is the 0.6. I'm slightly further down from my y-axis. That's gonna be negative 0.8. So we're looking at 233. It's 17 says in the accompanying diagram, point, okay, point 0.6 and negative point 0.8 is on a unit circle. What is the value of theta to the nearest degree? And you want to know what's the value of theta to the nearest degree? So we want to be able to find the angle. The angle is all that super angle right there, right? So let's go back to our trusty little unit circle. 0.6 and negative 8. Again, one represents the x, the other represents the y. One represents cosine, the other represents sine. So the cosine is going to be 0.6 and the sine is going to be negative 0.8. So we want to see what's closest. Before, what was closest happened to be the radical 3 over 2. So in this case, it's going to be, before what was closest was a negative 1/2 and negative radical 3 over 2. Now, if I'm thinking about the same exact coordinates on the opposite side, it's got to be between 300 and 315 because we're looking at the 1/2 and negative radical 3 over 2, and we're also looking at radical 2 over 2 and negative radical 2 over 2. All right, so we're going to look at this. So let's look at the coordinates. So I'm thinking it's going to be between 300 and 315 degrees. So let's go back. Right? Oh, this is a multiple choice question. But it's going to be slightly more than 300, but less than 315. To keep in mind that the reason why I say that is because it's positive 0.6. 0.6 is greater than 0.5. At 300, you want to know what the value of theta to the nearest degree. Or you can look at it from a different angle here. Let's look at it from right angle perspective, right? If we're looking at all these coordinates right here, that one is telling us it's, so okay, so let's look at this from this perspective right here, as a right angle perspective. This is going to be 0.6 and this is going to be 0.8, negative 0.8, right? Those are my coordinates. So they want to know what this angle right here is going to be. No, once you know what this angle right here is going to be, then you subtract it from 360 and that'll give you what theta is going to be. So for this, you have to use tangent. So I'm going to say tangent negative 0.8 over 0.6. All right, so I'm going to do that division first. All right, so let me do that division first. So it's going to be negative, put this up right here. It's going to be tangent, right? Tangent. I'm doing this on my calculator, on my phone. Negative 0.8 divided by 0.6 goes up. Sorry. Okay, let me switch to degrees. Actually, right. Okay. So that's gonna give me point. Actually, no. Let me do it better this way. Is this gonna be point negative point 0.8 divided by 0.6? So I have negative 1.3333, right? So I'm gonna need, this is tangent, right? Tangent theta equals negative 1.33. So if I want to be able to find what theta is, in this case, and different theta, not the theta that they're asking for, it's going to be tangent inverse of negative 1.33. So I'm going to put that in my calculator. Inverse of tangent, right? So let's see. Clear. 1 over tangent. So all right, so I'm left with about 43 degrees, right? So I take away 43 degrees, which is what this essentially is. It's telling me 43 degrees from 360 minus 43 degrees. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at my phone to see if there's a better way of writing this. You have to do one, because I have to do 1 over tangent. Okay. All right. Yeah, 1 over tangent. Okay. So 360 minus 43. 360 minus 43. 317 degrees. That's what theta is. Anybody have any questions on that? I know this seems a little bit confusing. Anybody? What about 18? Which diagram represents an angle of 7 pi over 4 radians in standard position? So let's go back to our unit circle. 7 pi over 4. 7 pi over 4, we're looking at 315. Right? So which one? Okay. So if we're looking at that, sorry. If we're looking at that one, it's 7 pi over 4. We're looking at 315 degrees, right? Or if 360 was 0, to get to 315 degrees, that would be about 45 degrees, negative 45 degrees. So let's go back. Oh, well, it says for us right here, we're actually looking for the measurement of the x and y coordinates. So 315, we're at radical 2 over 2 and negative radical 2 over 2. So that's being 4. I think this was assigned. I'm not going to assign another sheet. I will assign more worksheets on the Google Classroom. All right, so let me know, guys. All right, if you have any questions on this so far, any questions? Any 2 people who stayed? Let me know. there are no questions more, I will go ahead and end this. I'll go. I was sorry. I will go ahead and end this live stream. All right, and speak to you guys tomorrow.